Hey, 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 fancy people! How's it going? Did I? Ooh. 1 second. Yeah, what time? Is it? Yeah. Looks gonna be kind of cool. Rotting bed frame! The master of disaster! How's it going, buddy? I thought the day would be over, and then I'm like, Sean, the superstar. Superstar Sean R. Arnold! I wonder if I could sleep. Who needs it? Awesome. Awesome. Hey man, that's me too. That's me too. You may be asking yourself, I don't usually stream at this time. How am I streaming at this time? Well, the answer to that question is because I haven't gotten to sleep yet. Yeah, my sleep schedule is so garbage I haven't seen the sun. Sleep, who needs it? But the problem... Aren't you in college, though? Aren't you in school? Oh man, that's gonna... That sucks! That sucks. Oh god. Being in college... Hey, at least I have the excuse that I don't have anything to do. I'm doing nothing with my life at the moment. You are doing stuff. I am in a good mood. I am in a weirdly good mood at the moment. I'm in a dancey mood. I'm getting close to 1,000 followers on YouTube, which is kind of my goal for the year. Probably should make some videos soon for that, but where am I at right now? 885, yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah! What do you got going on, you degenerate? Let's see. Anyway, so I'm in a good mood. I got my writing done today. I ran 1.1 miles. So 1.1 miles, and then I'm gonna do some art, and I'll have accomplished all 3 of my goals today. So they're not difficult goals, mind you, but they are goals that I sometimes don't achieve every day. And I'm in a good mood right now. Endorphins are running high. Yeah. My goal, I don't know if I've talked about this, but yes, more drawing. I did writing earlier this morning. I can draw. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I'm gonna do hey Finn, how's it going? Yes, your lawyers. You know, I'm trying to exercise every day, so which is all well and good, but I'm working towards a goal that I hope to achieve. Probably not this year, but we got only a couple months left in this year, so you know. How is everybody doing? Finland, what are you working on? Rotting. Wouldn't a nice glass of water, wouldn't it be nice to fall slowly and inexorably to sleep? Well, that's good. What? No, what? Gamers being kind of entitled? No, that's not a thing that exists. Level-headed people, the video gamers. That's what they're famous for. Reasonable expectations. No. How dare you? No, go to sleep. Go to sleep, my bud. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you can be a little bit more entitled if like people are, if you paid for it, but you doing something for free, they are lucky. Yeah. Given money. Dance the night away. And you know what's crazy, Finland? Some people pay for that. Mostly in Germany, I hear. That's right, Germany. I'm doing a regressive stereotype for you. How do you like it? I feel kind of bad for it. I think that's sort of a hack joke. Anyways. Yeah, fuck them. Who cares? You know, I always feel that... Is it like a sort of realistic racing sim, by the way? It's the realism. It's the realism. It's, you know, the realistic ones that always get the problems. It's always the realistic ones that have the problem childs, I think, really. I mean, my favorite game that I don't play... Nightbot, you're working! You're working the way I want you to! Why is it linking to my YouTube? You're not working! I don't understand. I'm very confused. I know I have the... Nightbot, it's just not doing what I want it to do. I'll fix it later. But everybody should go follow my YouTube. Help me get to 1,000. Help me get to 1,000 followers. There it is. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, we'll see what happens next, because I got a few more links going on there. What mysteries and surprises do I have in store? Nothing that exciting. A link to my YouTube, a link to my Discord, a link to my Substack, and a link to my WhatsApp group that only one person is part of. Where I try and sell you a course on stock trading. No, I don't do that. I just think WhatsApp would be a more... If I could get WhatsApp to work, it would be a more efficient way to alert people to my projects. And communicate with people. Or it could be a stock trading course on how to trade foreign currency. That scam. By the way, don't take courses on how to trade foreign currency. They're all scams. Those Forex courses, scam-olas. That's my bit of advice for you. It's a very old scam before cryptocurrency existed. That's what grifters. Yeah, by hook. That's what most people do, Finland. That's what most people do. Yeah. What most people buy high, sell low, which is the real thing. So, okay, stock trading wise, the tendency is to you hear a stock that's like doing really well and you're really excited, so you buy in, and then immediately once you buy in, it goes down, so that's when they sell. I really want to get at least $1 trillion note from Zimbabwe. They're available online, but they're like $20, and I'm like, I don't know if I can justify spending $20 and probably like an extra 10 on shipping just for a gag. That is the most like absurd thing one of the more absurd things I've ever heard. So if you are... Exactly. That's why I want to do it. I can say literally I have $1 trillion in a currency that doesn't exist anymore. But all the homies. Let's see. Well, let's see how they're. Let's see what eBay is charging. I could change my name to Trillionaire Sean Arnold. Sean Arnold Trillionaire. Let's see. Ooh. Zimbabwean $1 trillion. Let's see how much are they worth at the moment. Okay. Oh, like $6. Wow. Okay, so it's $18 to get a whole packet of them. or just $9 to get one of them. Should I do it? Should I do it? Will you guys pay? Will you? I will be so. I would be so happy. So what are we all up to? Rotting, are you still awake? Finn, how's the writing going? One second. We have guests in the house. My aunt is staying here for a couple of weeks. Substack! Yes! At least Substack is correct. I'm proud of you, Substack. Doing what I want. Except for the Discord. I don't know why the Discord hasn't. Yes, it does have the wrong link, but I don't know why. I don't know why it would have the wrong link. Well, because there's also something wrong with the you'll see it in a second. There's also something wrong with the YouTube link. I don't know why. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna leave it. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe it'll get more people to sign up for my YouTube thing. Maybe I'll switch it. Maybe I'll put the Discord alert under the YouTube and the YouTube under the Discord. It'll be quirky, Finn. It'll be quirky. You know, there's that old theory, there's a theory on line, at least. If you really want to, like, shortcut your way to success, is intentionally get things wrong in your videos and stuff. Because what people will do is they won't be able to resist correcting you. Like everybody, and that'll like pump up your video on the algorithm hype a lot. Because it's like, well, it's driving engagement. Callie, I see you. How's it going? From the few hours that we talked. Now, theoretically, I maybe should do this on YouTube just to try and get. I don't know. I've tried streaming over on YouTube a few times, and I haven't had that much success with it. I don't know. Listen, you know, Twitch is in a weird place at the moment. It's probably good for all of us to have a backup plan outside of Twitch. Dance the night away. Kiss me, shoe. Y'all. Actually, these make it a little hard to draw. They're not the highest quality of glasses, and I think they're just plastic, so they get kind of fogged up pretty easily. Let's see, I'm in kind of a downward period of the art. Art kind of goes down and up. So, anybody want to talk about Doctor Strange? I have many thoughts about Doctor Strange. So, it's like a dance, and dance the night away. Dancing now. Dance the night away. Do it. Do it. Yeah, do that. Do that. It sounds like they're fucking obnoxious nerds who demand the world and give you nothing in return. You can't monetize. You can't monetize it. Can't monetize it, and the people are shitty. Yeah. But money. Yeah, but money makes all that shit a lot more worth it. Finland. Money makes it a lot easier to take. Money makes it a lot easier to deal with. Obnoxious fan bases are tempered by, well, at least, yeah. No. I mean, what's that one game that all those nerds are obsessed with? Wait, I'm a nerd. I'm a cool nerd. No, but what's the one that all the not like I know it off the top of my head. What was it? Yandere Simulator. Like, as long as you're not that dude, you should be fine. Don't cultivate those people, you should be fine. No, money is not. It does make it go down easier, but it definitely is not worth dealing with obnoxious people who don't care about you. Also, it just doesn't sound like you enjoy it anymore, Finland, is what it sounds like. And if you don't enjoy it anymore, and the people are obnoxious, and you're not getting paid for it, what's, the point of doing it, right? We only spend so much time on this planet. Don't spend... Yeah, exactly. So, why keep on? We only spend so much time on on the planet. Let's not waste it doing things we hate. And if anything, maybe you just need a break from it. Maybe in a few weeks you'll come back having been, maybe in a few months or weeks you'll come back having been revigorated, and you'll feel like you want to go back to it. But you step away for now. Yeah, fuck it then. No gods or masters, Finland. You're free. You're free. Burn it to the ground. Follow your actual passion. And honestly, Finlay, it just sounds like you don't have a passion for this thing anymore. I mean, you're not charging for that. It's yeah. Well, you know, gamers are not. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's 100% bullshit. Like, if this got too obnoxious, I'd stop doing it, but it's not. So it's like, you know, what's the point of any of this stuff? You know, this free thing, all these free things that we're doing. You know, when people just don't care, and it's like, okay, yes. Okay, the WhatsApp thing works. I get if nobody wants to join that, but it's there. It's there. No pressure, but it will. No pressure, but it's there if people want to join. I have yet to do anything really with it, but because there's only one person in it, so. Is this racing sim? You know, I really wish you and Lizard were on it. Would come on at the same time at one of these points. Because I think you two would have a lot to talk about. Because he's also obsessed with racing simulation games. But have you ever made a visual novel before? Are you going to use that visual novel program that I have this visual novel maker thing that I've played with a few times. Nice. Well, I'll look forward to it when it's out. Yeah, get that done. You know, art is such a, you know, ebb and flow sort of thing. Well, yeah, man. Yeah. And you could use you just use free assets. I mean, how many characters do you need? By the way, I'm not about to position myself for it. You get a good artist. I don't know. I mean, use public domain stuff, right? You know, use public domain stuff right now to just get people onto it. How much do you think it would cost? No, I just mean for like a pitch version, you know? Well, okay, I mean... Let's see. Well, I know Fiverr isn't the most trusted source, but it's a good place to start. Let's see. Visual novel assets. Okay. Let's see, this person's pretty good. They charge yeah. Well, this person is charging $120 for 2 visual novel characters with 3 expressions and 1 background. That seems like a reasonable price. Or maybe not. They're pretty decent. So, yeah. This for 2 characters. Well, then, the only solution I would suggest is pick up the pins. Have you tried making just a text-only game? Like just have you tried like a Twine game? Have you made a tried just making a Twine game? Oh God, they're coming all too quickly. Ugh. Well, I'll fix that later. I knew this would be an issue. And set them far enough apart. This person is charging about $55 for a single character. Oh, for a full body. And $35 for half body. Could you get away with just using half bodies? Like, how many characters are you gonna have in this thing? Think maybe you should start smaller? God, I'm so shiny right now. Maybe start with like a game with like 3 characters or 2. And then keep reusing those characters until you've got all. Keep making new games, reusing those characters, build up a small dedicated fan base with those characters, and start introducing more and more characters as time goes on. Make a few games. and build up to the big epic. So the problem is right now that you got a big epic, but you don't have the assets to use. So you got to think of ways around that. What about releasing this like piecemeal? Like, how long is this game? Finn, why don't you do this? Develop it in parts. Yeah. Okay. But maybe don't think of it like that though. Okay, you've got this big game working out. Just, yeah. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. What you could do. So Finland, you have to think in like what you can realistically do at this moment. Why don't you cut this up into chapters, cut this up into episodes, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but that's the problem. So we need to think. You need to think how you can get that working. Here's what I would do. Just release like the first part. Just release the first part. Develop this like piecemeal. Like, don't release it all at once. Just release like the first episode. You know, find a good place to stop that would make sense for a first episode, and develop that, and just kind of release it slowly but piecemeal. Funk! How's it going? Going. It's going. We have a guest in the house at the moment. My aunt is visiting. Can't really sleep, which I know it seems very early in the morning to do that, but my sleep schedule is so shitty. And I because you guilted me to draw, I decided to go on. No. How about you? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, who needs it? But you see what I mean, Finn? Like, yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, don't release it all at once. Just release, like, just release, like, the intro. Like, make episode 1. Episode 1 will have, I'm going to guess, will have less characters, and you could afford to do that. Yeah. Well, you're not going to, Finn. I'm trying to be nice here, but you don't have the money to do that. You don't have the ability to do that. at the moment. You need to build a press and publicity for it, and the way to do that is release it as maybe one episode. Yeah. Sell it and then use the money to release it. Yeah. Well, finish the story. Write the story. People will be happy with that you finished writing the story. But what I'm trying to say, though, Finland, what I'm trying to emphasize here is the actual game. Is the actual game itself. You're going to need to develop, if you want to do it the way you're talking about doing it. You're going to need to develop piecemeal. Do you understand what I mean? You're going to need to develop, yeah. But you're going to need to develop like in bits and pieces, because you're just going to need money. You have to get money for it, and the only way you're going to be able to afford the money to get it is by releasing it and using the money you make from releasing it to be able for people to buy in more. This isn't like a book where you can just release it. This is a thing where you're going to have to get people on board. Funk, how are things going? Chores? Ugh. Why do them? Just to let the world turn to dirt and degradation. Why can't I say words? Wow, I'm having trouble talking today. Oh, what for? Like rusty hand knives, grenades, M80s, you know, the things us Americans buy every day. Then you'll go to Olive Garden. Oh, food. Who needs food? Ah. Beautiful, beautiful IKEA. Have I ever, I'm going to throw this out there. This will shock the world. Everybody sit back and be shocked. Remember to be lying down. No standing. Because you may hit your head very hard when I say this particular bit of news. I don't think I've ever been to an IKEA. Dun dun dun. Yeah, he has never been to one. Do you like the meatballs? Listen, I'm just a cool, average dude. I'm just cool and average, and I've never stepped foot in an IKEA. Yeah, I think that's the way you're gonna have to do it, because you're not like a big studio, so you can't afford to do things the way they do things. You have to think in releasing in episodes. It'll be cheaper, and you'll be able to gauge people's interest better. Because otherwise, like Finland, you're gonna have to raise like, you're gonna have to somehow raise like $100,000 or something, like for the amount of characters you're talking about. You're gonna have to raise a lot of money. Like Finland, do you have like deep pocket business connections who may be interested in? Yeah, people like that more. It's less commitment. It's less commitment to play it in piecemeal. Not happy with her face. Funk. How's it been going? Damn. Well, listen, Finland. Here's like the thing about being an artist, a creative of any sort. You eat shit all day, every day, at all times. How's the writing? You eat shit all the time, and you'll continue to eat shit. And art is in many ways compromise. It's about a compromise. So, or do you know, do you have connections with any rich businessmen who will give an give an unknown game developer about $100,000 to properly do it? Yep. Well, that's art costs money. Art costs money. Do you know any rich business people who would be willing to give you money to do this correctly then? How's the writing going? How's the writing going? Seen or read anything fun? I see Slay. I know you're excited that Slay the Princess is finished. When can we expect to see you live playing that? You know what? Sometimes you just gotta do it. Sometimes you just gotta do it, you know? What about that fantasy story? Have you put any work into that? You know, books are kind of special in a way. I will say this: books are kind of special in a way, because once you do them, they're done. Writing it is all you have to do. It's the finished project is the written word. Any other art is not that and takes much longer. What about, have you had any other ideas? I'd love to see something of yours get out there. Are you going to do Nano this year? Who's doing Nano this year? Yeah, isn't it? That's always the worst when a hobby starts feeling like a job. Yeah. Maybe like short stories for a little bit. Just focus on short stories. Funk, what if you wrote Shrek? I don't actually mean write Shrek, but what if you wrote a Shrek-like story? I know you like Shrek a lot, so that's why I suggested that. That's good. Fen, you know, one of the single most acclaimed short stories of all time, it's about a guy who never leaves his room, right? Well, yes, of course, I've read your articles. What I'm saying, Funk, is... why don't you try and get... What I'm saying, Funk, is... Tell me when you're out of the ad. I've read the stuff you posted on Substack. What I'm saying, Funk, is what I'm trying to slightly push you towards, maybe, is you should try and get published. Short stories are easier to get published. And maybe getting some external validation like that would be really good and return your passion. That's what I'm trying to push you towards. Try and get, what I'm saying, Funk, is try and get a short story published. There is something very good about getting paid to do something. It does change your attitude towards it just a little bit. Oh, fuck. Like in actual magazines? So go to submittable.com, www.submittable.com, and look at all the magazines. Look at all the places that are looking for stuff. A lot of them want you to pay to try and enter, but there's a bunch of free ones. I, of course, submitted right away when I finished stuff. Oh no, what happened to submittable? Short story submissions. Okay, let's see. A minute. A few days, jeez. Movies one good. Red Nose Collection. Do you have something? Yes. 1 second, I was just looking at stuff. Here you go. I'll send it to Discord. I'll post it here too, but I'll send it to your Discord just so it's permanent. That could work too. That could work too. But you would still need to develop. You'd still need to have something done, like an episode 1. With art assets. I mean, yeah, try it. Release early access. Charge something for it. I mean, probably with an early access, you'll want to do like itch.io and release, do a pay what you want thing. That's $100. By the way, it's $100. Okay, I would spend it on the game. not on a vanity release on Steam. Lair the Witch! Holy heck. You did bring friends. You did bring friends. Flower of the Heart! Welcome back. Hello! How was the raid? How was the raid? Hello, Lear. Hello. Well, I knew Funk was here. Hello, Timo. You pledged loyalty to Redtopia, a thing that makes no sense without knowing the backstory behind it, and I should probably get rid of, but thank you. It's going fantastic, and it's going even better now that you wonderful people joined. What were you guys working on? One sec. Oh, right. Let me give you this. Not that you need it, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. That's awesome. That's awesome. Awesome. What's your webcomic about? I'm just randomly drawing bold stuff. Oh, I know that, I know them well. Oh. Yes, thank you. This, I always consider art to be sort of like, I always call it it's like grinding in like an RPG or something. Sometimes it's not so much about what you're doing, it's just the fact that you're doing it. Beautiful. I say there's no better way to fall in love than fight monsters. I think that's a reasonable way to do it. It's awesome. Is it up already? Have you started producing it, or is it? Someday I'd like to produce my own webcomic. I mean, that's why I started to learn how to draw in the first place, was so I could make my own, and then I just never got around to it. Well, that sounds really cool. You want to post it? I'd love to see it. BRB? Thank you so much for the follow. I'm a very fun follow, by the way. You know, if you're enjoying the stream, I appreciate that. Anyways, Big Gay Corp. That's really cool. So, Tio, tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thanks. I like these glasses, but they're actually not that good for drawing. They make everything just a little bit too dark. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Well, you got. I mean, yeah. Well, of course, you the content. Yeah, it does. I mean, the art looks pretty strong. Yeah. Sure. That's my only character. Sean's only character. He's just too cool. So what's everybody? I always think art is such a I always think to myself, art is, here's the thing. I've only been doing art for about 4 years at this point. And what I found with art, at least in my humble opinion, as a fellow hobbyist, is that he is a hipster. I'm incredibly a hipster. Yes. Well, I draw hips because I would say this. Art is, you kind of fluctuate with art. There are times where you're doing really good and times where you're doing really bad, and I think that's just part of the whole nature of the thing. Do I have hipstery glasses? Darn it, I used to have hipstery glasses. Ooh! I have the most hipstery glasses in the world. Yeah. It's not done yet. It works a little bit better when it's not so bright out. But like, you know, the thing is with art is that it's so like, I do have a Substack. It's very fun. It's a newsletter. I do humor. It's free if anybody wants to follow it. Anyways, you know, it's not a straight like line. It's a like, you know, it's peaks and valleys, and you're just in a valley, and that only means that you'll eventually you're about to hit another peak. So you just gotta get through that valley, and you'll get to the peak again. Sure, I'll take commissions. I mean, sure, I love to make money from stuff, but I also think, like, if you want to commission somebody, like, there's probably better people to do. I know, that's self-defeating. So, Tio, what type of art do you do? Do you want to share some? I'd love to see it. I take a commission. For a subscription, I'll give out a commission. That's the price of a commission, is one subscription. Doesn't have to be for yourself, you can gift it. Ben, thank you. You're a good hype. You're a good hype person. You're a good hype person. Turns out I have many types of glasses that I could wear. Very cool. Tio. So what have you been working on these days? What type of stuff do you do? Thank you. Thank you. I'm very stylish. I'm the most stylish person in the world. I mean, you know, what's so fascinating, I'll say this, about the human condition with artistic endeavors is, you know, you don't try and develop a style just kind of happens naturally. You know, like, people just emphasize different things, and like you just you develop a style just kind of inadvertently. What's your favorite? What's some of your favorite manga? What are some of your favorites? Is it Dragon Balls? I'm trying to do a bit, but I was trying to do a bit where I said like really bad ones, and then the only one I could think of was Dragon Ball Z, and that's not bad at all. Well, what's the manga that you're currently obsessed with? Oh, that's bad. Why did I do that? Okay. Is this about Operation Nemesis? What was that about? Oh, Mimesis. I want it to be known I don't call out people's spelling mistakes. Unlike some, I've been in streams where people will do that. I'm like, man, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do that. This is hyper casual. You know, if you can understand it, don't call it. That sounds fun. Do they eventually fall in love? That's good. What are you having for lunch? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I'm kind of grasping for things to talk about, but I do try and keep a relaxed vibe. By the way, your comic looks good, from what I saw. Spaghetti. Aren't most things just egg and toast if you really break it down? Funk, are you still there? Funk, you know, I don't know if you're still here, Funk. I have yet to ask the most important question I don't think I've ever asked before. Have you read Discworld? Because it feels like Discworld would be right up your alley. Anyways, so how long have you been doing art? Funk, who I think is currently AFK at the moment, would freaking love Discworld. Discworld would be so up her alley. If she hasn't read it before. If she has, then I was correct in guessing that it was up her alley. Also good, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's cool. Funk, you have to read. It is 100. It is 100% what you would love. It is everything you love. That is really cool. Yeah. It is so good. It is very good. Well, you have to breathe, don't you? You'll have to breathe, and you'll have to eat at some point. So, you do have to do that. And you're gonna have, and your brain, and your heart is gonna have to continuously pump blood throughout your entire body. Yes, you do. Okay, then have your heart stop pumping blood right now. I dare you. Come on, everybody peer pressure Funk. Let's Terry Pratchett. Just for a moment, I stopped. Whoa, this guy's a real badass. You know he's a... You know he's a real badass, because he does stupid things that hurt himself. Just... I'm so badass I can stop my own heart. Stop my own heart. Guy does. It's like, oh no. He had a heart attack. Guy does, and that's what a heart attack is, and he just keels over and dies. Well, I have to say he won the fight, technically. would he practice that? What was the point of practicing that? It's like, how did he practice that? Have you, I do love bullshit like that. It's fun. What if he just like legitimately had a heart attack and that wasn't what he was planning to do, but because like people there assume that everything is like some complicated martial arts move, they didn't realize that he was just having a normal heart attack. He's like, you idiots! I'm having a heart attack! You need to get me to the hospital! Nice plan! This is clearly some double fake out move. Fake out move to lull us into a false sense of security. I'm going to die! Why has nobody called an ambulance yet? Nice try with your double think. But for me, I have a heart condition! I have a heart condition! It becomes a notoriously deadly move. Of course, then the master went into a deep meditative state. Oh boy, the alerts are coming too early. I don't like this. The master then went into a deep meditative state of lying on the ground, clutching his heart. You idiots! You gotta... There is a real world thing right now. There is a cult. There is kind of this cult in India that legitimately believes that their leader is in a deep meditative state and will one day wake up. That's legitimate. That was a big court case in India a few years back. I believe it was India. May be wrong. This is a half-remembered news story. Cult leader believed to be in deep meditative state. The Indian guru dead or meditating. A wealthy religious leader in the Punjab city is either dead or meditating. According to his family, he died from a heart attack on January 29th, 2014. According to the members of his religious sect, he is just in a deep meditative state. So, yeah. That's a real thing. That it was a big court case. Whatever happened to it? Sorry, I just have these set up, and there's too many. They're coming too fast. No, I angrily quit Twitter for, after certain events took place. Not to get too political. Not that I was enjoying it all that much beforehand, but after certain a changing of the guard happened, I was like, oh, this is... I do, I should, I don't know. Yeah. Listen, I would love more than anything to not have to deal with, like, jackasses and just talk about fun stuff, but that seems to be impossible. Anyways. So, I mean, like if I want to get into it, it's complicated. I came to a revelation that no matter what, all, like, X or Twitter really cares about is engagement and reaction, and they don't really care if it's good or, like, positive or negative engagement and reaction. And in many ways they prioritize, like, negative angry reactions because that's what makes the most money. And I just can't. And I realize it's like it's on a grand scale, a website designed to make you miserable and angry and just stay there being miserable and angry. And the more you engage with it, the more it learns about what makes you miserable and angry and tries to show you that as much as possible. Yeah. Well, that's what happens when these loser corporate dickheads come in and change everything. Yeah. Exactly. So, I decided, like, this is not going to get better. And the muskrat, which it feels an insult to muskrats. Muskrats can be quite cute. Is just not gonna make it better. So I'm gonna do the only thing I have any power over and leave. Because the only bit of power I had was to leave the website. So I decided to leave the website. I do have a TikTok, if people are curious. I mostly post, like, reviews of comic books on there. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's doing well. It's funny how, like, I post Generally, my YouTube and TikTok are kind of the same. Yes, of course it will. Yeah, it'll clap. It's like superhero. It's like American comic books mostly. Nor should you. You know, I joined it mostly because I wanted to use it as potentially an alternative to Twitch. Because TikTok does have a streaming side to it. I have not found it to be that great with, I don't know, as an alternative to Twitch. The TikTok lives are, yeah. Oh God. Well, I do have the most followers on TikTok, so yeah. Do people want to hear my... Yay! Do people want to hear my opinions on Spider-Man comics? I have a lot of them. There's some pretty good ones and some really bad ones. That's the general spiders. Yes, the spiders mans. There's like, I mean, yeah, Spider-Man 2 is a really good game. God, I would love, by the way, to play the Spider-Man 2 game again. Like the Spider-Man 2 movie game. That was my favorite game as a kid. I loved that game so much. I played it all the time. There's I don't know, I've been trying to find like an emulated version of it to play. That was so fun. I love that game so much. But there's... But there's very good Spider-Man comics and some really, truly hideously bad ones. And mostly, like, Spider-Man comics have been consumed by a really bad mistake an editor has made about a decade ago, and it's still been going on. And so it's they're very frustrating to read. I could do karaoke. Do you guys know that in the comics, the Mephisto recanted Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage? That's a real thing that happened. Yeah. Yes. Freaking dyslexia devil. I've grappled with that SOB a few times. I was just griping about Spider-Man. And how decisions made by creators several creators have made by one editor has made Spider-Man. What? No. No, I'm a cool jock. I like sport ball. I like it when the guy fields game, sport, Madden 2022, cool jocks. Yes, they're not the best. I mean, there was a lot of weird. My high school was. My high school was really weird, and there was a lot of strange political things surrounding the football team that are kind of hard to explore. It's kind of hard to. In retrospect, were very unusual. And I don't totally. Yeah. So real story. Okay, we're gonna get serious here for a second. Well. Okay, we can talk about Spider-Man, or we can talk about late stage rate. So I don't know. There's a general belief amongst Marvel staff that Spider-Man. So okay. If I could just complain briefly for a second. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on a rant, and it's totally annoying. So in the comics, there was this storyline where Spider-Man sold his marriage to Mephisto, called One More Day. It's a terrible comic, a terrible storyline. Yeah, it's a terrible storyline, and it's caused a decade of problems for Spider-Man comics. Yeah, it's so annoying. This problem is caused because now every Spider-Man comic is about one. Every major event in Spider-Man is about this one thing. Will Peter, Jane, and Mary? Not Peter, Jane. It's not a bad name for something. I don't remember that. Anyway, will Mary Jane and Peter get back together? Everything is about this. It's like, oh, are they bringing back the marriage? Are they not? And it's so frustrating because it's completely. Yeah. So, this may not be obvious to, I would argue Uncle Ben is his parents, but, this may not, so, Spider-Man actually has, comics, at least while, Stan Lee and then Joe Romata, Joe Romata were in charge, were pretty consistent in character development for Peter. Peter has a pretty good arc for the first 300 issues of his comic, culminating in him getting married. Yeah. And then right after the marriage comes maybe one of the best Spider-Man stories ever, which is Kraven's Last Hunt, which is a masterpiece and is never talked about as one of the great comics for some reason, but it is. So there was really good comics produced for years with the Spider-Man marriage and during the Spider-Man marriage, but because one fucking editor went through a bad divorce, and he had this thing in his craw about I don't want characters to be married. They need to be single and miserable because it ages them too much. He got rid of the marriage, and then the whole Spider-Man comics up to this point, modern Spider-Man comics, are all about whether they'll bring back the marriage, whether they'll recap this stupid decision that they made or not. And it's so frustrating. It's like, it's so shitty, because they did it, and then they undid it, and now they're just talking about, well, we're going to do it or we're not going to do it. We're going to do it or not going to do it. And they're like, well, and then they do things like, well, she's, yeah. Yeah. God, that was... Kraven the Last Hunt is such a good comic. Holy heck, is it good. It's like, so I know this one makes sense. It's a horror comic. Like, it's a Spider-Man horror comic. It's Spider-Man in the middle of a horror story. Sorry. Okay, so, general... I'll wrap this up because there's a version of this complaint that goes on for like an hour, but I'll wrap this up. Basically, they need to make a decision at this point because it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating. Are they bringing back marriage or not? When I was the first Spider-Man comics I really got into were the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, where Peter Jane was dating Kitty Pryde. So I'm not necessarily opposed to him going with somebody different, but I just want them to make a decision. Any decision. Anything is better than this constant will they or won't they bullshit that they're doing. Because you can't do a will they or won't they if you already did yes they did. You can't go back to that. Anyways. Okay, I'm good. Besides, like, real world problems. Like, this is the thing I get so most frustrated about in my life. It's how bad Spider-Man comics can get. There we go. Yes, so that's where Spider-Man is right now as a comic book character. He is trapped in this stupid limbo. And it was supposed to make him younger. But now he just has, like, divorce guy energy. Like, he's like a divorced... He's just like, well, my first marriage, like, failed, and I'm just divorced, and it's like... Ugh. Okay, now I'm good. Yes. Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can't go back on that. Yeah, but I'm saying... Yeah. Oh, it was done totally out of spite. Which is why, like, Peter has totally faltered as a character. It was done well, it was done out of spite and with no plan how to move forward, really. And the fact that all of Peter's major stories are essentially that now, are essentially talking about this problem. Yeah, obviously. Perfect relationship. Spooderman. You guys know of, I haven't seen the new... You guys know that there was a Japanese Spider-Man show, right? Yeah! Oh yeah! An official. 1 second. Boop. Nope, that's the wrong one. That's right. Or...
谷間の暗闇にキラリと光る光の目安らぎ捨ててすべてを捨てて悪を追って空かける Change the apart 君はなぜ君はなぜ戦い続けるのか命をかけて一筋に一筋に無敵の男スパイダーマン
So, yes, he has... 1 second. Yes. What you're seeing is true. He does have a giant robot. Yeah. I haven't seen the new Across the Spider-Verse yet. From what I heard... No. I haven't seen the new Across the Spider-Verse. Whatever. Verse yet. Was he in it? Like, I was told, like, there was discussions that he'd be in it. Yes. Are you saying I'm not pretty already? Are you saying that I'm not pretty already? I'm so hurt. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Here's kind of the crazy thing. This is the first show that does that. That does this. I'm not super experienced with the like the Power Ranger. I was into Power Rangers as like a little kid, and not super experienced with it, but or the Sentai thing. But from what I understand, this is actually one of the first shows that has the superhero character have a giant robot. And this was an official Marvel project, by the way. See, Marvel could do kind of goofy stuff like that before they were owned by Disney. By the way, there's a part of me that's so upset, very pettily. I was into Marvel before Disney bought it. Like, I liked Marvel before Disney bought it. I did not, like, sign up to be a fan of a Disney property. I signed up to be a fan of Marvel. And then Disney bought it, and it's like, wow, look at all these great Disney things that Disney does. And it's like, well, you didn't really make that. Robin! Marvel made that on its own for like almost 60, 70 years, and then they bought it, and then you bought it out from under them. You just bought them. It's like why I get frustrated when I see like Marvel, like all these there's these like Marvel ads, there's these Disney ads, like all these great Marvel characters like Captain America and Darth Vader. I'm like, you didn't make those. You just bought that shit, man. You can't claim that. Well, that's good. I love it. Beautiful. You walked in it right at the exact time, Robin. I was complaining a little bit about Star Wars, which I do a lot on this stream. That sounds fun. I haven't. Are you into like what's it called in Japan again? Like Super Sentai? I'm always so curious about like Japanese superhero stuff because yes, I still love it, but it bugs me. Well, what bugs me is that Disney goes around parading that they created it. You know, like, and it bugs me that Disney does stuff like that, where it's like I was a fan of like Marvel well before Disney bought it out. Like I liked Marvel comics before Disney bought them, and not that it was perfect. There was a lot wrong, but it frustrates me that like say Disney like really takes credit for Marvel in a lot of ways, when like Marvel was a thing that has existed for almost 100 years before Disney bought it out. And it bugs me a little bit that they do that with Star Wars. Like Star Wars was that thing before Disney. Disney does not get to claim credit for creating it. How goes the writing, Robin? How goes the intricate world of politics and romance? Uh, have you guys ever seen Charge Man Ken? The greatest anime ever. Fine. There's too many evil Superman stories. I'm tired of evil Superman. Let's have an evil Batman. Charge Man Ken. Do you guys want to watch an episode? They're 5 minutes long. I love Batman, but also, who cares, right? Like, it's just an alternative universe. I don't mind. I don't mind them doing stuff different in alternative universes. That's the whole point of an alternative universe. One of my favorite evil Batman characters is from a movie called the Owl Man from Justice League of Two Worlds. Great character. Yeah. Yeah, if it's an AU, I don't really care. I find so I find the Injustice comics and like the Injustice games kind of boring for that reason. Because it's like it's just evil Superman. We've seen that before. Let's have a character nobody would think go evil and see how like messed up that can be. Let's have an evil Flash. What would evil Flash do? Pee on everything. It's gross, but that was my first thought. Evil Flash. He's just peeing on everything. Why is he doing this? It's so gross. Evil. Yeah. Sure. Like, who's a character? Let's not Batman or Superman, because that's. It was me, Barry. It was me. God, Jeff Johns is such a fucking hack. Oh, I hate him so much. I know he's popular, but I hate him so much. Oh, I hate him. It was me, Barry. It was me. Listen, in my head, Reverse Flash has like the voice of like the villain from Wreck-It Ralph. It was me, Harry. It was it was me, Barry. It was me. Remember when you tripped over? It was me. That makes it more amusing to me. That makes all of Evil Flash's like dialogue much more amusing to me if I imagine him in that sort of voice. Would you believe? Would you believe I'm the one who killed your mother? King Candy, yeah. Well, I always remember King Candy because Alan Tudyk, who voices him, gave an interview once where he explained how he got the role. And I thought it was and it's like the only time I've ever heard a really clear, concise look into like Disney's casting process. And basically, Potion fella, I'm going into battle. So Alan Tudyk, who by the way is Walsh, was he Walsh? Oh, God, it's been so long since I've seen Firefly. Said that apparently one thing, if you want to like get noticed by Disney, Disney animators are always looking for like Disney producers are always looking for people who can do voices like the classic Disney movies. So they're always they always like Disney producers and animators always reference older Disney movies when they're making stuff. And they say if you can do pretty decent impressions of like actors from like the original Disney movies, like Disney may have a use for you. And like and he said how he got the voice is they were looking for somebody who can do an impression of the God, it's been so long. I believe it was he played the Mad Hatter and a few other roles in Disney movies. It was this actor from he was a comedian and an actor from like the 40s, and then he did like a bunch of voiceover roles for Disney. And like I believe he played the Mad Hatter, and they said like they were looking for somebody who could do that, and he can do that voice. So that's how he got the job, and they ended up liking him so much that they kept casting him. So it's like, so I ended up trying to like really practice that voice, just because I was like, oh, and so I can do an okay impersonation. I can, it's like you gotta do it like this, and it's I'm King Candy, or the Mad Hatter. Oh my goodness. We're having a tea party, and yeah, it drifts. It drifts quite quickly, so I can't hold it for that long. Other voice I can do is Kermit. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's Kermit the Frog. It's everybody change places. It's me! Everybody change places! Run around! Do generally goofy things! What sort of goofy things should we do? I don't know! I don't know, well, you don't have to be mad all the time, Mad Hatter. but it's like my thing. If I don't do it, I think people are disappointed in me, and I never want to disappoint people. It's okay. It's okay. You can just relax for once. You know, I haven't had a moment to myself in over a year. I've been so busy planning tea parties, insisting that people change places. I guess. Change places? I haven't thought about what places I want to change. There's a few of the shots. Sure. Day 9? I don't know these people. Yes. Like, I actually haven't read Alice in Wonderland. Is this like I know very little about like things. I know very is this like oh, this is Magic the Gathering. I don't know Magic the Gathering. I know old references to Disney movies. Yes. You know, I'll say this. At one point, I nailed being able to do Morty from Rick and Morty, and I can never get it back, and it drives me crazy because I figured out how to do it once, and I could just never do it again. I don't know about this, Rick. You know, it's kind of you know, we're it's a lot of like you know, you know, we just gotta like make sure that yeah and be like cruel to people. that's yeah. I mean, I've seen people like pull it off before, so it's not impossible. Rick, I don't know. Rick, Morty. Like, be objectively like horrible to everybody in your life. Yeah. I don't know those games. Ben, I am in many ways a very old-timey person. Like, a lot of my most modern references are like, yeah. Yeah. What drives me crazy is I nailed it once in my life. I figured out how to do it, and then I've never been able to crack it again. See, it's kind of about intentionally cracking it's kind of, I might be just a little bit, I don't know. A part of it, I think, is you have to crack your voice intentionally. You know, it's like you have to crack it just a little bit, and that's hard to do at times. Okay, let me try. You know, it's kind of hard. It's like, you know, it's like you gotta really think about yourself. You know, I have a Substack, and if you like that kind of thing, I'd really appreciate a follow on it. Oh jeez, Geez, it's mostly a lot of humor writing and fiction pieces. I work really hard on it, and it's free, so I really appreciate it. It's on a little bit of a hiatus as I try and build up a. Geez, damn, I just can't do it. A backlog again, just so it's a lot of work, and I need a little bit of a backlog in it. Oh, jeez. There we go. I successfully combined a plug for my Substack with me attempting to do a Morty impersonation. It's like we're at the worst tech bro house in the world. Like, bro. I can do like a killer Morty impersonation. Bro, that is so awesome, bro. Because that show is like in many ways, I'm like Rick. I'm really cynical and I'm really mean to everybody, and I assume it's their problem. Sorry, I know that. I can do old dead people. I can do sort of Vincent Price too. That's my only other one I can do. A gift that my wife let down. A little gift from. No, it's turning into. Anyway, sorry. Spider-Man, manga. Yeah, I never really got into like Magic the Gathering stuff. It's just I don't know. I do think it's kind of like okay, so I'm not really super into Magic the Gathering, but I also am I don't know, getting annoyed on behalf of Magic the Gathering fans a little bit for something. I think it's kind of, I don't, and this is a trend I'm noticing in a lot of media properties lately, and it's just kind of, it's getting a little bit on my nerve. Well, I would say more that, like, yeah. Well, yeah, but also, yes, but you also have to spend a ton of money on stuff, which was my main objection. I'm getting annoyed on Magic Gathering part, or just on general media trend that's happening that's starting to bug me. That everything is becoming a crossover nowadays. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't like that how everything has become a crossover nowadays. Like, why are there Magic the Gathering cards that are like Walking Dead? Like, I don't understand. First of all, guys, do you want to experience more Walking Dead stuff? Like, of all the media properties in the world, I feel like Walking Dead is like the single most overexposed thing in the universe. Yeah, it bugs me. I don't like that. I like that. Listen, I found it like the lore of Magic the Gathering to be weird a lot, but yeah. I like that Magic the Gathering was its own thing. I like that Magic the Gathering was its own thing, and now it's becoming just this not a thing. It's just becoming like a crossover media property, and that's starting to bug me. Like the aspiration for media property should not be. I know it's the most successful thing in the universe, so it's very hard to say like you shouldn't do this. But I don't want them to do this because it sucks. No company should go like, I want art emulating to. I want to. You know who's telling a really good story? Fortnite. They're telling a great story. They're doing real well in the storytelling department. We should do stuff like Fortnite's doing, which is having nonsensical crossovers at all times. There we go. That's my little aggression out of the window. So I feel for you, Magic the Gathering fans. I feel for you, Magic the Gathering fans, that the actual stuff that you were interested in is started being crowded out by this corporate bullshit, and I feel for you. I feel for you in a deep sense because it comes for all things. All great things it has come for. And it's always The Walking Dead. Yeah. Exactly. It is... Yeah. What? No. What? I found it very funny. I thought Magic the Gathering was already owned by Hasbro. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Tio, we've got a group of people who just like seeing things they understand. Yeah. What are you talking about? Dungeons and they're messing with the open licensing on Dungeons and Dragons was such a good idea. That didn't create any problems. Yeah. Well, I think it's an interesting. Okay, so not to get too political, and I think there's layers to this discussion, but I think there's an interesting thing if we want to look at the way, say, capitalism works. And I know, don't worry. Hasbro famously did an audit of their company and discovered that. Yes, but I want to talk about this in a way that kind of shows you how bullshit corporate thinking is. Okay, so Hasbro, yeah, Hasbro did. Okay, so the story with all this is the open licenses. A few years ago, during the pandemic, Hasbro did an open audit of everything of their finances, and they discovered that Dungeons and Dragons and Wizards and all that stuff is the only profitable part of their business, and by a lot. So the fact that Wizard turned out to be the most successful part of their business, uniquely opened it up to a problem, in that now executives were paying attention to it. Because before the main executives weren't bothering with Hasbro, but now it was proven that Wizards was successful, executives started paying attention to it, and that's when they tried to change a bunch of stuff. So what you had was this business that was doing well, but because it was doing well, the rich executives at the head of the company decided that they had to take charge of it and made it do worse. So, I don't know how you want to look in politics in that way, but it kind of hints at a major problem with the way the world works, in that, like, because it did well, it had to do bad again, or something. And it's like, the things are doing well until like when something, when something does really well, it's just good enough to be ruined. No, tell me about this. I have not heard this metaphor. By idiots. Like, it's like this thing, it's like a company is doing really well and then it's bought out by somebody. And then it does bad because the people who bought it didn't know what they were doing. Yeah. Okay, I'm liking this metaphor so far. Is poop in it? From the executives, yeah. Well, it's like, so like we've created a system where, in capitalism, at least in system, where the current system as it stands is the better something does, the more probable it'll get ruined. Because we have inexplicably this group of people at the top who don't deserve to be there, ruin everything they're part of, yet they're the ones who get paid the most. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know. It's an interesting phenomenon because it's like, I don't know. Like, you can't tell me that, like, somebody like, say, Bobby Kotick type of people. Here's a question. Nobody goes into middle management. They just stop there. Have you guys ever heard of the Peter Principle? Have you ever heard of the Peter Principle? Have anybody ever heard of this idea? So the Peter Principle is a basic thing. Okay, so you're rising on the. So the principle is this: you're in a company and you're rising up the corporate ladder. You do well in one job, so you get promoted to another job. It's called the Peter Principle. It was named after the guy who coined the term. So the Peter Principle is this: you're at a company, you do well in you start at a job, you do well in that, you get promoted. So you do well in that job, so they promote you even further. But your next promotion is you're bad at it. So you just stay in that job. And the Peter Principle is essentially you rise to your level of incompetence. Like eventually, if you work at it in any institution, the people at the top the people who are your boss are only your boss because that's where they stopped. Because they're too incompetent to move from anything else. So, like, the idea is eventually entire organizations get consumed by just incompetent people being stuck at the jobs, and it's why everybody's also miserable in their jobs. Because you just rise to the level where you're back. You just stay at where you stay at what you're bad at. Called the Peter Principle. Yeah, there's definitely that. There's definitely that. But the general idea is that. But that's, come on, that's like any place you've ever worked. It's fucking true. That's a fucking real thing. That people don't. But yeah. But people eventually. But so the basic idea is eventually like an entire cruelty. Yeah. But the basic idea is that, oh my god, these are coming way too fast. I don't like how fast they're coming. I gotta slow these down. Anyways, but the basic idea is that, what I'm saying is, the people at top are probably bastards. And everybody's like, mail out, man. That's just how the way the world works. But it's like, the people who get to those positions are, in some ways, probably the single most incompetent idiots who know nothing and contribute nothing. But pettiness and anger. And any good video game or movie or thing that has come out of the corporate system has come out in spite of it and not because of it. Remember that, like, Wizards was the most successful part of Hasbro until corporate executives, and I know Dungeons and Dragons isn't technically a video game, but yeah. Dungeons and Dragons was the most successful thing that Hasbro had going, and it was successful because Hasbro executives weren't messing with it. And the second they got into it, that's when all the problems started. Like, the executive class of America, and let's be honest, the rest of the world, are kind of, yeah. Of course. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is 100% true. Yeah. Well, that's 100%. I know that's a real thing because I do that. I think everybody here has had experience doing that exact thing of like whatever time you're given, you will. That's how long the thing will take. Oh, come on. It's like bureaucracy. It's like, you ever think it's weird that like business guys are always the ones placed in charge of everything? Like obviously you need people who know how to do like tax accounting and like all that sort of stuff. You need people who are like know how to deal with like the financial side of any business that you're doing. Like that's always a thing you're going to need. But isn't it weird how eventually those guys are always the ones that get in charge? Like I think like there's something terribly perverse, at least in my opinion, about people running industries who do not have experience in said industries. Like Boeing, if you want to look at a company. Boeing is was one of the great American companies for pretty much its whole run. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes. But, so Boeing, if you don't know, makes airplanes. Like, they're an engineering company. And they're essentially, in many ways, the airplane producing arm of the U.S. government. Anyways, a few years ago, they decided to change the way they do things. See, the CEO of Boeing had always up to that point been, an engineer of some sort. And they decided instead, hey Manguk, hey Ming, we're good. Boeing decided that they would, I'm talking about briefly about Boeing. Boeing decided that instead they would hire a business guy whose job, they hired a business executive who had no experience in engineering, and they started to build and they started to demand cheaper and cheaper products, like reduce costs. Anyways, Boeing deciding to do that caused 2 major airplane accidents to happen because they cheaped out and they didn't want to do that. And I don't know. There's something in there where it's like somehow those people got to be in charge, even though they did not have the relevant experience, didn't know what they were talking about, and ultimately hurt people. And I think that's innately true of the entire thing. How's it going, man? How are things? I think that's true. I don't know. There's something in there where somehow successful places run for years, and then once they get successful enough, I think it's like the second you get successful enough, that's when like the rich idiots come in and say, well, it's our thing now, and then ruin everything. And I'm no business expert, but there's something where it's like you just can't. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you obviously want the people, like the companies, and you want people to be successful. You want the people who make good stuff to be successful. But the second they get successful, that's when they go like, okay, now it's time to start being cheap. So Bolt, what you working on? How's the day? How are the days going? And maybe it is. Maybe it definitely has something to do with. It definitely has something to do with, like, the bigger something gets, the more things you have to bring on to manage it. And maybe the people who knew what they were doing can't manage something again. And once again, there's also the Peter Principle comes into display, where it's like. One of the classic examples of, say, something like the Peter Principle is like, they always use engineers as an example. Like, a great engineer may not be a great manager, or like, if you have a good teacher, they may not be a good principal or something, because it's like, usually promotion is promoted into like administration of stuff, and that's a different skill set in a lot of ways. Thank you for liking my video, Funk. What was I doing? I was gonna look something up, and it slipped my mind what I was gonna look up. No, Funk liked my video. And Funk is here, I think, or possibly at IKEA right now. On TikTok. TikTok does it shows you every like you get. As opposed to YouTube, which doesn't. Have you ever liked a video? You know, liking my videos is illegal to do. It's a crime. Liking my videos is a... Yes. Liking my videos is an international crime. It makes you too cool of a... It makes you a cool rebel, and, you know, and nobody wants to be a cool rebel who's beloved, but who wants to be a cool rebel who people are into? Nobody. What was I saying? Oh God, am I tired? Oh, I was having fun drawing. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. You people, I'm having a good time talking to you. But I'm starting to get very, very tired, and I think I'm going to close my eyes pretty soon. I've been up. Real story. I've been up since midnight. Yes. Do that. Okay, we're gonna raid somebody. Okay. Ditto. Good night. Good night. Oh shit! What did?
Yeah, the thing is with art is that it's so like, I do that stuff. It's very fun. It's a newsletter and I do humor.
Why? Sometimes I don't understand.
But you know, the thing is with art is that it's so like, um,
There's so many. Oh, and I stole off. Sometimes I don't totally understand people's clips. But yeah, okay. Bye. I very much appreciate clips. Thank you very much for clipping. Thank you. I guess the fact that